What's up, y'all? It's Vladdy back on video number 2 of our YouTube channel. If you guys didn't see the first one, please do. Please like, subscribe, comment. You don't want to miss them out because each one kind of builds momentum towards other things and what we're doing and what we're going to post and what we're making and what we're, a little bit about everything. So if you guys remember on the first one, you guys met Oscar. He said what he did. He said he did the back end of stuff on the business. And today we want to tell you guys, because many people asking like, hey man, how'd you get to where you're at today? And how did Street Gym Performance start? What'd you do to get here? So we have Oscar going to ask us about, where is this guy, by the way? Oscar!
What it do, baby?
Oh, look at this guy.
What's good, man? What's good? I was honey dripping, I'm not gonna lie.
Always with some girls.
Yeah, go ahead and keep that on the low.
He said he's retired, but he ain't retired. He's just getting started.
Like Jordan, man, I came out of retirement here and there, you know? How it goes sometimes.
All right, well, back to what we're saying. We're not honey dripping here. We're gonna be strictly about business. Just kidding, no, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna talk about how Street Gym Performance started, what we did to get where we're at, like I said previously, and Oscar's gonna ask questions.
All right, Vladdy, man, so successful entrepreneur, businessman. I'm sure the people want to know exactly how you got to where you are. So if you want to go ahead and let the people know kind of your backstory and kind of what you came from and how you got to where you are today.
By the way, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for the questions as well. A lot of people have asked me. Basically, back in 2019 and 18, I was building a car, twin turbo Cadillac CTSV, which we all know is supercharged originally. I was working with a company, I'm not gonna name any names, kind of did me a little bit wrong, 50K wrong, and but we'll stick with the positive aspects of it.
All right, Vladdy, so at what point did you feel comfortable leaving your 9-to-5 as a personal trainer and then taking on entrepreneurship and pursuing your business venture full time?
I was a personal trainer at the time. I was working 6 days a week, 10 to 12 hours a day. I was a top trainer in the country, top 5 in 2 years, working for 24 Hour Fitness. If anybody wants to check, Issaquah, Washington, anybody in Washington State that works for 24 Hour Fitness will know I was a GOAT. Sorry, I'm just gonna pat myself on the back. I worked so freaking hard to get where I got. And we all know COVID, that damn plague, it hit us, and the first 2 places that closed, movie theaters and gyms, I had to find an alternative. I was building a car and I was like, you know what? What's my passion? My passion is cars. My passion is fitness. And fitness had to close down. I was working, still training clients outside of 24 Hour Fitness. Wasn't making enough because I was doing really good at 24. So I was doing like my own personal thing. And I kind of got burnt out. And I said, you know what? Let's try something different. My perspective on different was work for myself. And I kind of threw all my eggs into one basket and I said, hey, let's see what I can do with this car thing. So many of y'all don't know, there's a big group on Facebook called CTSV versus the world. Amazing group, amazing people, amazing admins. I came up out of nowhere. I started selling grills. And, I was making $30, $40, whatever, selling them, and it was cool. It was a little bit of side money and side hustle, and so I said, you know what? Let me continue to do this. So then 2 weeks, 3 weeks into selling these grills, I got kicked out because I was called a scammer. So there's some of y'all might know, there's a little backstory of being called the scammer. Never scammed anybody. Everybody received their parcels, and everybody was like, bro, Vladdy's legit. And at that time frame, I got kicked out of the group, and there's 30,000 people in that group. So a lot of customers were asking me about the grills and keep purchasing. The only reason I was called a scammer was because I couldn't get, I didn't have PayPal at the time. So everything was Venmo, Zelle, Cash App, and so forth. And yes, I did declare my taxes on that, by the way, if you're watching. So in general, though, I was kicked out, and then I had a whole bunch of people receive the parcel, and they're like, hey, tagging me in their post about where you can get blacked out grills, and they're like, let Vladdy back in. So I finally got let back in, and everybody's like, hey man, where'd you get this? I had like a lot of stuff done to my car when I was building this twin turbo car. And people were like, where'd you get this? And where'd you get that? And I said, you know what? Instead of me telling them where I got that, why don't I sell it to the people, and come out to this manufacturer and try to get these things produced and sell it to consumers. So I did that, and to be fairly honest with you, it was nerve-wracking. I wasn't making anywhere close to what I was doing as a trainer, but I was doing both. You know, I was doing training, I was doing selling parts, I was trying to do everything that everybody wanted. And a lot of companies that people were buying stuff from were given ETAs of 6 months, and I'm like, hey, if I could get 2 months to make this, I'll have 20, 30 of a hood, of a fender, of a lip, a side skirt. And I started doing that, mass production of that. I built a relationship with a good manufacturer, and that's how we are today.
So it sounds like the first product that you started selling as an entrepreneur was the grills for the V2 Cadillac that you had built originally. What was the next product that you started selling after that, that initial product? Yo, bro, what are you doing, man? You playing Mario Kart, dog? What are you doing? Come on, man.
All right, back to business. My bad. Back to square one. Had to take a break. That was crazy. So, product number 2 that we got into a Street Gym Performance was custom steering wheels. Look at this. Last one I showed you in the first video. If you guys would have watched it, you would have known what steering wheel it was. But this is product number 2.
All right, V. So, do you have any advice for up-and-coming entrepreneurs?
For a lot of people that are actually asking about, entrepreneurship, I would tell you one thing. Focus on yourself and everything else will fall into place. I promise you that. If you can do one thing, people are like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. No, stop. Focus on one thing. Throw all eggs all into one basket. Because you want to know why I say this? A lot of people are like, why don't you try this and get multiple sources of income? But if you don't have one income coming from one thing that you've already tried and that you've already thrown, all your eggs in that basket, then how is everything else going to fall in line? Because you need to have some kind of source of income to put towards the other little, whatever side gig you have. So I gave it all. And again, don't be scared. You might fail, but you know that didn't work out for you, right? Because you gave it your all. So for me, I gave it my all. I had my ups and downs. I got banned. I got, accounts closed. I had a lot of issues with the car that I also was building that made me want to sell it. The thing is that with my car is that it's a curse and a blessing. The curse was, yes, it was a pain in the ass. It was a shit show. We finally got it to run. We ran an 8.6 at 160 plus. That was after 2 to 3 years of it just getting built. Had to jump from one shop to another. But we got it to run, right? And it kind of brought us out more in light that, oh, shoot, okay, this car, did well. So again, everything happens for a reason. And I think the reason, COVID hit, yes, it happened. So some of us, it was the worst thing possible. Some of us, it was great. For me, it was good and bad. The car situation, right? It was good and it was bad. So a lot of things you're not going to always come up and up and up and up and going and up. You're going to have your falls. You're going to have your downtime. But as long as we're not giving up because we still have that little bit of faith in us and believe in us that this will works, I promise you guys, you won't fail. And if you do, again, you will fail. You know that failed. So don't jump from here to there to there. Focus on one thing. And again, remember I told you, focus on yourself. Everything else will literally fall into place. The man above, thank him too, man. He's had my back since day one. I am blessed. Vladdy the Blessed One on Instagram. He's done a lot for me too. And I also want to thank you guys. You guys are my huge support. You guys are literally everything. You guys are the backbone to this, because without your support and without your feedback of what products we need and what we want, what can we do better on, this wouldn't be possible.
All right, V, man. So what challenges did you face while building your business, and how did you overcome those challenges?
So to answer your other question, Oscar, so we all know that, we all have our downs. So, in any type of, even on 9 to 5, you're trying to make a quota, you're trying to hit a certain sales that day, you're trying to do this and this. We all have our downs. But the most challenging one is when I don't sell anything. That's it. For me, that was scary, because when you have bills and you own your own business and you can't pay your bills, that's the scariest part, right? I mean, that's whatever we all worked for, to pay our bills, and then also to enjoy our fruits of our labor, which is car things. Some like Pokemon cards, and for me, I like cars, so I also had car payments, and I also wanted to add mods to my own car, which the stuff isn't free. So I had a lot of things that I had to pay for, so I had to figure it out. For me, figuring out was promote myself, going to car meets, going to Facebook groups, Instagram. Everything that we've done has been people telling people. We haven't done any kind of advertising at all. So for me, it was challenging, because I was just a small fish in a huge pond, and I was just a nobody. And I didn't give up. I just said, you know what, I'm gonna make this happen. This is what I'm gonna do. So for me, the scariest thing was just failure. And I failed a whole bunch of times, but I didn't give up. So let's continue to make what the people want and affordable as well. In my opinion, save a little bit of money because you never know what happen tomorrow. Today might be great, tomorrow might suck, the day after might suck as well. And then eventually you'll crawl out of that hole and, see light. So.
All right, Vladdy. So where do you see your business in 5 years?
Business in 5 years. So many of y'all know I'm pretty goofy. I like to have fun. I have a good time. But in 5 years, let's just say this. I said last year, I was at SEMA, I said, I'm going to have a car here before I'm 35. I'm 34 now. I had 2 cars there this year. We had 2 cars. All our hard work. We did. Next year, I hope to be at Texas 2K with a booth and displaying our cars and then having some cool quarter-mile runs. The more we attend meets and the more we create our own meets and the more we create our own events, we'll be further. So it just matters about the hard work that we put in. But my goal is to be a one-stop shop. We currently are, but I don't feel like we're big enough to be, everywhere. But from GM to Ford to Mopar to Lamborghini to Ferrari to McLaren to Porsche, I want us to be known all over and everything as a one-stop shop. Period. I hope to get there in 10 years. I mean, in 5 years, so that'll be exactly 10 years almost. But my goal is to have a booth in SEMA with, a lot of things that we can do, provide for you guys and provide for others as well. Basically, I hope to have a booth, a section, an area in all major events. That would be awesome. To have more people working on the back end because the business is growing so far. From customer service, answering phones, to questions, to R&D, to all that. I really hope that we can get there and establish something that, other big companies are out there.
All right, Vladdy, so what's a typical day look like for you for business?
Typical day in the life of Vladdy, Well, like Lil Wayne says, wake up, take a pee, wash my hands, take a knee and thank the man, and get back to the money. But no, wake up, you have a whole bunch of emails and texts and phone calls. I mean, I've had people call me at 2 a.m., 1 a.m., 12. I mean, I had people that are like, bro, what do you mean you're doing business at 2 in the morning? Some people like to party and order stuff when they're drunk. I'm never gonna say no. I'm working around the clock. I don't stop. But typically though, wake up, like I said, answer phone calls, emails, tracking. There's issues that, UPS isn't always the greatest. Y'all need to fix your shit because you guys destroy 90% of products that are being delivered. Sorry, just being honest. You guys create us a huge headache, so hopefully you guys work on that. And then you also have, your new products and new launches, and then your sales days, like what are you gonna do, how much do we need to do for this day, or how much do we need to do for the week, and your taxes and things like that. I think a lot of those things are kind of your normal day activities of being a entrepreneur. You have to kind of do a little bit of everything. Especially when you're smaller and you're trying to expand bigger. You want to save on ends of having not to pay for other employees because you want to expand. Once we get bigger enough, we have a lot more sales, I won't have to do a lot of that stuff. I'll just have to work on, like the new products. I like to develop on new cool things, have new ideas, listen to you guys, come out every day with something new. That's the goal. I mean, we still do. I'm sure we come out with 10, 15 products every month. And I could probably guarantee you guys that. I've listened to so many of you guys on creating these things, and I've done it. But again, I also have a daughter, I also have a family. So for me, I had to find that work-life balance, which is very hard for me currently. But again, I also want to go to the gym and take care of myself because, health over everything, in my opinion. That's also kind of something that we try to focus on as well because I was spending a lot of time for the past 7 years just hustling and grinding and working, and I forgot about health. So the past year, I've been kind of working out a little bit more and trying to focus on that every single day, at least 5 to 6 times a week. And I encourage a lot of you guys to do that as well because health is #1 priority, because without that, we don't want cars, we don't want money, we don't want nothing. We just want to be on our feet and be moving and healthy again. So a lot of people ask me, V, what do I have to do to get to where you're at? There's like a little saying that I always live by. It's like, some guy walks around, he's always like praying. He's like, God, please give me some money. Like I need help. I need help to achieve this. I need to do something. And God lands back on earth and says, you know what, man? At least go buy a lottery ticket. What is that saying? That's saying at least go try something. Like put a little bit of effort into something, right? Because if you're gonna sit there and hope for something to fall in your lap, it's not gonna happen. You gotta go and get it. And my thing is that if you focus and stay away from the current distractions that we live in, and that's partying, and you got to throw that away and leave that distraction out. Your friend, you can lose a friend, you can lose 2 friends, but at the end of the day, you're going to prevail 5 years from now and be like, damn, all what I did to get to where I am today, I could do that now, but I could do that so comfortable without no stress. I have the nice cars, the house, the business, the family, because you put in all the hard work in when your times of your friends and girlfriends were partying, hanging out.
All right, you guys, we're wrapping it up. Thanks for tuning in, giving you guys a little bit about our background, how we got started with Street Dream Performance. Vladdy, you got anything you want to go ahead and take us out on?
All right, Oscar, thanks for passing it on to me. Again, guys, that was a little bit about Street Dream Performance, how we started, what it took to get here, a little bit of entrepreneur life. We're gonna go with more videos and kind of talk about that as well, like our accomplishments and things that we've done. But most of all, man, I wanted to really thank the man above for where he has put me at today, put all of us at today. Without him, without his grace, and without his blessings, I wouldn't for sure be here today. Thank you guys. You guys are my backbone. You guys are my support. You guys are my love. You guys are what keep me going. I appreciate you guys more than you know. Much love. Subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on TikTok. And again, stay tuned. I love you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. Appreciate y'all. Stay blessed.